Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm T with Teresa H Creates, and I am working on finishing up this bee journal. I've made a lot of changes. I've done a lot of work to it. I have a lot of ephemera in this bucket, lots of tags, lots of little add-ons, lots of journaling cards. And so I wanted to get them stuffed into this journal. And then I also wanted to show you the progress that I've made as far as the cover, because it looks quite a bit different than the last time you saw it, right? So I am repurposing this, I guess it's a linen. It feels like kind of a linen, not really a burlap or anything, but anyhow, it is cloth. It is this soft journal. It did have just plain papers in it, and so I removed those, and I have added my bee papers to it. So I did go ahead and spray it. I used Distress Spray Stain and Fossilized Amber, and also in Wild Honey. These are also the colors that I've been using to ink all the edges of the book and everything, or of the journal of pages. So that's what I went ahead and I used. So I used the Fossilized Amber here, and then I used the Wild Honey on the outsides, and then just little spritzes here and there. Let me bring it up closer so you can kind of get a look at that. I also wanted to kind of extend it and make it just a little bit more substantial. So I did take some of this lace trim that I have, and I also sprayed it down with both of those colors and just kind of let it soak. I didn't do anything with it. I just put it in a bucket, sprayed it down, and just let it sit there. So this is kind of what happened. It was a white to begin with, but you've got some of that fossilized amber yellow color like here, and then some of that darker bits of Wild Honey peeking through. Wild Honey is one of my favorite Distress Spray Stain colors. I absolutely love it. So I had this bit of Sari Silk, and I decided I was going to use it as a closure. It's got this nice little pattern here on the very end of it. I absolutely love it. So if we go to the inside, I ended up stitching it to this actual cover. So I just stitched it along the edge there so it was nice and sturdy. And then I glued this on with Fabri-Tac, and then it really, because this is a trim, and it really just didn't look right, I did end up putting this gold trim piece over it. So I did that on both sides, and that's what that looks like. So they're on there. So the closure will actually work like this, and then just loop through. So that is it. It can get as big as it needs to, whoever has it. So yeah. Now let's get started on filling this guy up and decorating it. I've been working on, I did have a video where I worked on some ephemera for this book, over this journal, and then I've decorated the pages and everything, and I ended up taking out quite a bit of the pages. A lot of the pages that I had, the 12 by 12 paper, I ended up removing those because it was just too big. And so I haven't even counted to see how many pages it has in it now total. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So 18 folios, 36 pages total. So not bad, not bad. And we had an even number, so that's fantastic. So let's look at some of the items that I get to put in here. I have all these little tags, and I did go ahead and add like little fabric bits and more decorative bits. I made a few tags. I did some stamping. A lot of these are tags that I made in that Craft With Me video that I did. I think it's a couple of videos back. And then some of these I made after the video, just using up some of the scrap that I had on hand. So those are my tags. And then I've got all these journaling cards. I did that recently. And then these are just odds and ends that I've gotten here that I'll figure out, I guess, what to do with those and how to decorate the, I'll have those aside so that I can decorate the actual pages, right? as we go through, because they're not all decorated. This was a make and take that I made at the Crafty Scrapper. It's a local brick and mortar craft store in my area, and I made that as a make and take, and so I thought, oh, that'll be perfect. Again, just some decorative items here. Journal cards, more decorative items, journal, journal card, same. The rest of these are journal cards. Oh, and then there's another tag. Journal card, and journal card. So hopefully I have enough, or maybe even more than I need to go into this actual book here. So let's get started with some of the decorating. I've got all of my stuff out, so it should be fairly easy. Let's see. I kind of want to add something to this. Maybe I'll add this washi. Yep, I like that washi. Give that a little trim there. I always struggle with the stickers, I'm telling you. And I see people use these little tape tricks and everything, and I have tried everything and nothing works. I just have to wrestle with it, and it'll eventually come undone for me. There we go. All right. And I don't know if you've noticed, I am a little bit under the weather. It's nothing major. My voice probably is a little bit different. I may end up having to pause the video to sneeze. I'm having the worst time with allergies. And I don't typically have a lot of allergy problems. And then here lately, I have just been inundated with allergy problems. And I woke up this morning and I had just watery eyes and a lot of drainage and tons of sneezing, so much sneezing. And I did take some allergy meds, so hopefully that will improve soon. But let's see, what do we put in here? This is our opening page, so this is kind of like first impressions here. So there, we can add that guy. I did not have a lot of bee stamps, and so I did order some on Amazon. I ordered a whole set of bee stamps. Let me see. They weren't expensive. I think they were like $6 or $7, but it was from, so I always want to say Globeland, but it's like Global Land. It's Globleland. So they're silicone stamps, and I ordered those, and so there are a ton of bees. I'll have more bees than I'll ever need. And so I alternated stamping those in the Wild Honey and in the VersaFine Black Onyx. So just different ones on the pages. This was the original paper that was actually in the journal. I've got a tuck spot here. Put that in there. And then here is a pocket. I've got so much stuff here. I'm having a hard time deciding what I want to put in all of these pockets. Let me put that little guy there. Maybe one other. There we go. That was something I also did in that craft with me, where I took my stencil and I did some sanding. Did some sanding over that, and then got that image to show up from my stencil. There's a little bee stamp. It's that little pocket that came in an ephemera kit that I got. So let me see, there should be some little guys in here. There we go. And maybe a small journaling card. This little guy is cute. Lots of sunflowers in this collection. Oh, and then I left it open in the back, so there's actually a pocket back here too. So there we go. And then this is a tuck spot. do one of these guys. And then pocket, pocket. So this one needs a taller tag up there. That'll work. And then I'm going to put this guy down here. I think I'm going to go pretty light initially and see what I've got left over, and then I'll add a little more later. See if that'll go there. That's fine. That little bee. It's so cute. I did a pocket out of this. Add that there. There's a tuck. This is some paper that I got from an Etsy shop, and I'm absolutely loving it. Let's see. A little something there. Lovely. And then some of these I just left blank. Okay, I have this, I've been wanting to use this for the longest time. I have this Santoro stamp. Isn't that adorable? I have that little Santoro stamp, and this came in a kit from Love from Lizzie. So I was getting her monthly kits for a little while, and that came with it. It wasn't one that I went out and just individually selected and purchased, but I thought she was adorable, so I had to stamp her there. And then there's the center. And then we've got a belly band. We put that there. There's a tuck. Lots of blank pages for adding stuff. It's just a journaling card. I used some of that honeycomb and then stamped a bee on that. Super simple. There's another pocket there. Put this guy in there. And then let's see. This is pretty bright right here, so I like the nice bold colors on that side. This has got a tuck spot. This one I've kind of struggled with. So, which way does this go? This way. This one I struggled with a little bit. So I originally put this down to cover, but I did want, it was too much. So I ended up doing this flip, but then I ended up not loving this paper. And so, yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at with it. It's okay. It's not my favorite page. I'd actually thought about, oh, you know what? I did cut some papers. I didn't just think about it. I cut some papers. Let me find them. Let me find them. Give me a second. All right, I'm back. Okay, I did cut some papers because I wanted to make a little flippy for this. I forgot about that. And I was going to add this before I came in and did this and then did not. All right, so here are the pages of the little flippy. And I don't know what order I want this in. I kind of like, I don't know if I want this one or this one at the front. Maybe this one. And then I'll just use my tiny attacher and attach it up here, I think. And then we've got a nice little flip. Yes. I want to separate these pages. I like that. I like it a lot. It needs something though. I don't like this. What do I have? Nope. Oh, yes. Okay, that's a good spot for that. It says a little perforated edge here. I'm going to trim it. And then let me ink up this edge. And then what do we think? Yes? Very nice. All right, and then I'll use use my tiny attacher, which is put away where it should be. And I'm out of staples. Of course I am. Fortunately, I keep my stash of staples close by, so. All right, back in business. Let's see if I can get this lined up again. Yes, 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 yes. All right. There we go. So then this will flip, 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 flip. And then a little tuck spot. And then, of course, that. Maybe I should, I'm going to give it another one right here in the center, I think. I may go over that with some washi to cover those staples. I don't know. Anyway, for now, that's what it looks like. Oh, and there's a pocket here. I think I've got this large journaling card that'll fit right in there. Lots and lots of pockets. And that's a belly band. And I like this guy. Looks like a flower. It's really cute. I am absolutely loving this journal. Add one of these guys. That in there, and then be on top. There we go. And then something here like this guy, and this opens up. I didn't close it, so it opens up and you can write on the inside and everything. And then maybe one of these. Looks good. I think everything has something, right? No reason why I can't load it up though now. So cute. I'm trying to decide whether or not I want to add things like this to it or not. I could do that. I think I'm going to add that there. Definitely does not lay flat, which is okay. If you get the weights for it, then it'll work just fine. So we can put that there. Beautiful. All right. Is that it? Why don't we break this up? I've got these little tiny attachers. And don't want to interfere with anything on this side of the page. There we go. All right, now I've got these metal bits that I can use for decorating. I think I'll just use some of this for something else. I don't know. I've got this guy. Look, how cute is this? I feel like I need to attach it somewhere. But where? I don't know. Don't really have any like lace bits or anything. Here we go. That's cute. That looks good. All right, and then one of these guys maybe. Let's get one of these bulb pens. And where to put this guy? I want to put him kind of on the outside, but should I attach him to that lace or the book? Let me attach him to this heavier fabric. That way if he gets tugged or pulled, it won't damage or pull that lace. I'm not loving the way I attached that. So let me undo it. Maybe if I go in this way and actually let him dangle. This edge is really thick. All right. I don't know that I love that either. It's not working for me. Maybe I should attach him there. I'm worried that it's going to be too heavy. Yeah, that just pulls that lace trim down, which is not what I wanted. I wonder if I use it as part of the closure. Does that make it cumbersome though? To have to take it apart to open it and close it? I like it though. We're going to keep it anyway because I like it. All right, let's do a real quick flip through and then we'll be done. So there we go. And that's what it looks like front and back. Open it up. Now you can see all the details. Look at that. And those tags, cards. I may put something there. Or I may just leave it alone. I may just leave it alone and call this done, you know? What do you think? Give me your opinions. Should I continue to go in and decorate some of these pages or should I just leave it alone? I usually know when to quit, and this time I'm just kind of unsure because I have so much bee stuff and I've been collecting it for so long and I'm excited to use it. I want to put like everything in it. And maybe it just doesn't need everything. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is good. I'd love to know your opinion. Fun, fun. Tags. And that little guy. And then this one with the little flippies. And again, this one, I don't know if I should call it done or if I should come back and add something across there to kind of finish it off. I don't know. Tags here, here, and then the end. And that is it. That is my bee journal. I think for now anyway, I'm going to go ahead and call it done. I think it's done. Sometimes I go back and look at projects and then I want to add more to it, and that may be what I do with this one at some point down the road. I don't know. But let me put this guy back on. And we are done. All right. Let me know what you think. Please put your comments down in the comment section and I will be sure to reply to all of those. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I hope you like this journal as much as I do. And until next time, bye.